Hello YouTube, Jaylbayt here with another episode of Master of Orion. We're playing as the Darlock race, and I'm kind of waiting for my video to not suck. What is happening here? Okay, there it goes. Our Master Spies and Thieves have been doing quite well. When last we left, I had made a major faux pas with kind of ticking off the Chrysalon and, or not Chrysalon, the Silicoids and the Cylons and the Mershon. I also noticed that there's only 3 minor civilizations left. The only people that we know are the people that are left. Everyone else is dead. Freaking warmongers. So you can see that the Cylons are unhappy with us because we made a deal with one of their enemies recently. But we're equal offenders. We made deals with everybody in that triad of doom and destruction. So we'll see how things go. Still doing the audio after the fact. Only one more episode of that, and then we should be back to kind of the normal way of things. But yeah, so we're over here at Primodius 4. It's coming along quite nicely. Gonna wait for that. I think it's the Colonial Revenue Service to be done. Oh, and we've met a new race. Hello, Clackon. So they are way up there. And of course, pirates. The Mershon and the Clackon have signed a truce. That's nice. We can not piss them off more and start maybe trading with the Clackon. So Primodius has grown, or not grown, finished their thing there. I'm going to go ahead and queue up a colony ship that we can buy out fairly cheaply now because of that geosynchronous warehouse. And we're going to upgrade our space factory to the advanced space factory. Finally, we actually have advanced space factories. And then I'm going to send it down, test it out. It should build a military outpost in only 5 turns. So let's see if it does that. Yes. Marvelous. So, indeed, we do have advanced space factories now. I'm not sure why it didn't just upgrade or give us the option to upgrade in the past, but I guess that's just how it is. So our other space factory is going to finish its little surveillance thing in a turn. I'm building the colony ship, and I'm trying to decide where to send it. There's Pirate Base right there. Namor has asked us to colonize, but I really kind of want to colonize the 3rd planet of Primodius too. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Zooming it out. Oh, is this where I maybe... No. I see that pirate there, so I'm sending a ship over to defend Asia from the pirate, if need be. And this is where I'm like, there's so many pirates. So I decided to take the Mist over to Nazin Prime, and we're going to design a bomber. So we're going to go ahead and get the new drive onto it. Don't care about the computer. It's not going to be shooting lasers. No special systems that matter. So I'm looking for bombs, and I don't see bombs. So I just go to weapon systems. And there they are, bombs. So we're going to load this up with as many bombs as we can fit. Looks like it's 4. And we name this what? I think we name this Cloud or something. Maybe we name it. Yeah, the Cloud. Cool. And so I decided to build one of these rapidly. It's not too expensive, pretty cheap for just a little ship with bombs on it. And we progress. Because basically at this point what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a mist and this cloud, and I'm just going to go pirate hunting and just start destroying pirate bases because they're getting a little out of control. One of our colonies being polluted. That's Nazin Prime. Yeah. So it's time to throw on some pollution cleanup. And now we have our little mist cloud fleet that I'm going to send out there, and they're going to start pirate hunting. Because those pirates are really starting to bug me. They're just everywhere. The pirates are getting out of hand. So since this space factory is done with its surveillance system, I'm going to send them back to this military outpost so I can upgrade it to an advanced factory. And the colony ship is done here at Primodius. So where to send it? I don't know if I should send it to Neomor. They've asked for one. Or if I should just colonize the 3rd planet in Primodius. I end up doing the planet in Primodius because in Neomor, it's going to take like 13 turns to get there, but it's also going to take us a little while before we can get that interplanetary administration. It's so beautiful. Look how beautiful the planet. Hey, this looks a lot like the other planets' landing sites. Are these planets all identical? But yeah, it's going to take us a while to get... What am I thinking of? The interplanetary administration tech? Which is what they're going to ask for in just a minute. So, as soon as we colonize there, they're going to ask us to do the whole interplanetary thing. So until we kind of get closer to that, I decide to hold off on that colonization. Galapagos Islands. There's a worm up there. So Gly is nearly done with its build queue, so I decide to come in here and queue up a few more things. Or maybe not. I think I queue up the toxic processor. Yeah. Because this planet, if it starts getting all that production and stuff from the Gliss, then it might be really nice to make sure that we have minimal pollution when it happens. And so I think, yeah, I build a toxic processor. I don't remember if I do the atmospheric renewer. I think I hold off on it. And then throw in a couple of the research buildings. Coming down here, the automated factory is in the queue for Primodius 2, but I decide not to purchase that. And we just advance into the next turn. Now, I'm not sure how long it takes. Some research points from the Nymorians. I'm not sure how long it takes for, that traded with an enemy thing to go away, but I hope it's soon. So here we have more population than we need in the food thing for Primodius, but with one production down there, it's not worth it at all. It's not worth it in the slightest. It's just best to throw them up in the research. I checked to see if it'll make a difference on the thing. We've gained some really cool tech. I noticed that the cannon's level 2 miniaturation doesn't include mass drivers, so I'm kind of upset about that. But it does. And I look at this and I see that it's going to try and change, because there's a new weapon. It's going to try and change our weapon loadouts. So I don't opt to grab any of that. I do decide to grab up the better engine, which gives us like 2.5. But then I talk about how the antimatter drive is only 3, so you only get like a 0.5 improvement. And so it's not that great, so you can kind of hold off on it until you get way down the line and get the hyperdrives, which jump to 4. Advanced Government is up there, but it's still 16 turns to get it. And I feel like we can knock that down. When we get down to about 10 turns or less, then it might be worth doing. But I start looking around and seeing what other techs I might want to check out here. I spend a lot of time on this screen, I've noticed, trying to decide. But in robotics, there's nothing that we really want. So we're just going to stick with the ion fission. And then I'm saying we're gonna knock out that level and then maybe start going for other things. And then I see the holo simulator and I'm like, oh, that'll allow us to keep our taxes up at 3 BC per person and maybe even get it up higher. And so I think after the ion fission is done, we'll go into optronics to get the holo simulator. So I'm looking for that pirate. Looks like it went over to Bussola. So I decided to have it just sit there for just in case. I thought that'd be fun to make a little TV show about a kid that is always like prepared for everything. He's kind of like a MacGyver. He has a backpack full of just It's random crap. And his name is just in case. At this point, I start looking to see where our next spy tech is. And it's the stealth suit, which goes along the lines of optronics. So I'm like, oh, that's perfect. So after our ion fission is done, we'll go ahead and rush over to get the electromagnetic refraction so we can get those stealth suits and decrease our spy mission times even more. Trade treaty with the Bulrathi is finished. Cool. We're going to have to get that one going again. Glai has grown, so we go ahead and throw another dude down into production. And a spy.
What is it you want?
Is ready.
Speak plainly.
So let's go ahead and talk to the Bulrathi. Hey, man. Hey, we need some trade going on.
It is an honor.
How about that? Yeah, it's an honor. You know it. And then he gets all mean again. And it's like, come on. Why you gotta be so angry all the time? Goose Fraba and all that stuff, man. Danu. So Echo has successfully infiltrated the Bahamas diplomacy, and I think I think it's time for. Oh, I take a look to see what they're doing. I think, hey, I think it's time for a revolt on the tropical paradise world of the Bahamas. The data fail, or acquired data at Ursa, though, failed, which was a little bit unfortunate. There's pirates way up here that we see. I mean, there's pirates everywhere. Our advanced factory finishes the military outpost there, so I go ahead and send them up that way to do the military outpost there. I think I notice that we're getting fairly low on our command points, though. And that we're going to have to start building some star bases pretty soon. What am I looking for? I have no idea. Yeah, I'm like, look, we're pretty low on our command points. We could really use some star bases.
One more veil is drawn from the truth hindmost.
And then I see, oh, cruiser's done. Hey, that could be cool. So let's take a look. So we're going to go in here and we're going to add, because we got new armor and shields. We're going to add that to all of our ships to make them awesome. Their defensive ratings are going to go through the roost. I can talk. We've also got a little bit of extra hull capacity because of the miniaturization effects of teching up along kind of similar lines of the mass drivers. So I'm like, throw on an extra mass driver or two. Call it good. So I upgraded the rat and the mist. Class 3 shields. And the cool thing about shields is that they cost a little bit more in production, but they don't take up any more space. The same with armor. And I think with shields, eventually, maybe not shields, maybe it's computers, but some of them just don't even, they actually start taking up less space because they're more efficient. Missed 1-2, rat 1-2. It's funny because we had to do that at one point. I don't remember why. I think it was because we were trying to put electronic computers on the ships and they wouldn't update until we changed the name. So we'll go ahead and upgrade the ships that we have docked. I'm going to bring that one back to Nazin so that it can upgrade as well. Then I take a look at the cruiser here. It's got all the upgraded stuff. And then I take a look at this graviton cannon. Now, the graviton cannon is a beam that we just got recently. And so I want to take a look and see what might be the best.
The Combine wishes to initiate trade
And we
protocols.
progress. Oh yeah, this happens. Ugh. Okay, so our good friends, good buddies, the Meklar, want us to declare war on the Sakra. The Sakra, who have been good trading partners with us, pleasant to deal with and such. The Meklar want us to declare war on them. If we refuse, they'll get mad. And I'm really torn because I really don't want to be in a war. But I really don't want to tick off the Meklar because they're right next to us. We've got really good relations. And then I'm like, well, if we do agree to this, it may bump up our relations enough to where we can get an alliance with them. So I decide to go ahead and accept this thing. I really don't like it, though.
Modules.
I think at this point I'm whining a bit about it.
Rivalry we knew all too well.
All right. So we're at war with the Sakra. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And now, the new
Our Meklar buddies, they're
It is a dog-eat-dog galaxy out there as the military might of the Meklar Combine battle against the Sakra Brood for control of the galaxy.
So now we're at war with the Darlock, or with the Sakra. Something I didn't want to do. I mean, I imagined at one point we'd have to go to war with someone, or someone would declare war on us, but I didn't really want it to happen for like another 100 turns. Anyways, so that happened. We only have the one scout up there, and so I'm figuring now that we've gone to war with them, they're going to hate us forever. So we might as well start sending spies their way. But I apparently only have one scout. Everything else, all my other scouts have been destroyed. So I'm going to have to get this one scout close enough to some of their worlds where we can send spies. And it's okay, because luckily we have that increased sensor range. So I figure if I can get my scout up to at least this place where it's going now, then I should be able to see at least one of their worlds and start getting some spies in to take a look at their tech and their production and whatnot.
Recording specifications.
This is where I'm like, wait, man, we're like at war with the same dude. Why don't we just be an alliance?
Recording specifications.
And they are more than happy. They're more than happy
Goodbye, and have a nice solar period.
So they're our allies now. So I'm feeling pretty good about things at this point. I'm like, oh, well, you know, at least the Sakra are way far away from us, so we won't probably have to engage in much actual military combat. We'll let the Meklar, you know, do all the ship-to-ship combat and the conquering of worlds. We'll just spy on them, you know. Maybe send a ship or two up that way if we need be. But I'm sure the Meklar. And then I take a look at this, and I'm like, what the hell? The Meklar, their military power is barely better than ours. And the Sakra are like number 2. And I'm like, when did this happen? What is this nonsense? Like, we're the top of the technological trees, but oh, come on, Meklar. Where's all your military might? So we've declared war against the second most powerful army in the galaxy. And I'm thinking, that's terrible. All right. Well, let's wrap this episode up. If you guys enjoyed it, please tap the like button. I can't talk today. Anyways, tap on the like button. Feel free to subscribe, share with your friends, all that good stuff. But until next time, I've been Jaylbayt. You guys live free, game hard.